Welcome to the podcast Playbook, where we amplify your voice, amplify your business, and amplify your impact. We are AmplifYou. Let's go.
Hey, amplifiers, welcome back to the podcast Playbook. I hope that you've all been enjoying our episodes on the best practices of podcasting. And I really do appreciate those of you that keep coming back week after week to learn more on how to amp up your podcasting journey. There may not be a lot of you, but it's with heartfelt appreciation that I see you keep coming back, which really brings me to my topic today. Whether you're just starting out your podcasting journey or you've been doing it for many years, we all start to look at the big shows. You know, the ones hitting the crazy download numbers, the Joe Rogans, the Seth Godins, and all those other giants that we look up to. They are the ones that are posting about milestones and getting press that we want. And suddenly we're wondering, is this enough? Are we doing enough? Is this worth it? But here's the truth. Smaller doesn't mean weaker. If you've got a fewer than 1,000 downloads per episode, you're not falling behind. You've actually got a huge advantage. So the reason you can't compare yourself to those giant shows is because they're not playing the same game as you. These guys are built on big budgets, big teams, with big reach. And with that size comes distance. They can't talk to every listener. They can't answer every email. They can't make every episode feel personal. But you can. That's the beauty of being small. You're speaking directly to the people who care about what you're saying, and that's what makes your show powerful. Those big numbers, they don't always equal real success. Sure, we all want that number download to say that we're reaching so many people. But does reaching so many people really matter if they're not truly paying attention? If we're influencing the journeys of a few, then we're making the impact that is far more meaningful than chasing numbers. Because those few aren't just listeners. Those are the people whose lives, businesses, or decisions are being shaped by what you share. And that kind of impact is lasting. A small audience gives you room to do things that big shows simply can't. You can build real trust because people feel like you're talking straight to them. You can focus your content so it solves specific problems instead of watering it down for a larger group. And you create real loyalty when listeners feel connected, not just entertained. Of course, they want both, but connection's more important. Think about it. Even if a few hundred people are consistently listening and applying what you share, that's huge. Those are the people who recommend you, who will become clients, who bring others along. That's the long-term impact of this. And here's where it gets even more interesting. If your audience is small and specific, so you've got your niche, say midlife entrepreneurs, first-time real estate investors, or wellness coaches, you can really lean into that. They're not looking for the broad generic advice. They want content that speaks directly to their challenges. That's where you can shine. By narrowing your focus, you're making your podcast feel like it was made just for them. And when people feel understood, they stick around. So how do we serve these micro audiences well? Well, first off, ask for feedback. Use polls or emails and shape episodes around what they want. Second, acknowledge your listeners. Mention them by name. Thank them for their reviews. Highlight their wins that they've shared with you. Third, create small extras. A one-page checklist tied to an episode can feel like a big value add. So if you're giving specific information, give them something downloadable so that they don't need to come back in and, re-listen to the podcast over and over to catch everything you're saying. Give them a checklist. Build a community. Even a small Facebook group or circle space keeps that conversation going after the episode is over. Do live sessions. 10 people on a Zoom call can create stronger bonds than thousands of downloads ever could. Share the listener stories. Make your show collaborative instead of a one-way. Celebrate milestones together. Essentially, your wins are also their wins. Be transparent. Share behind the scene moments, the ups and the downs. People connect with the real, not that polished look. Help them connect with each other. Give them reasons to bond beyond just listening to you. And this is where it all pays off. Loyal listeners don't just consume your content, they act on it. They hire you, they recommend you. They become the foundation for growth you can actually sustain. That's the true fans idea in action. You don't need millions of downloads. You need the right group of committed people who believe in your message. So, if you've been looking at your stats and feeling discouraged, stop comparing yourself to the giants. That's not the path you're on. Your job is to take care of the people who are already showing up for you. Because when you focus on connection and loyalty, your podcast becomes more than just another show. It becomes a trusted voice in someone's life. And that's what really matters. So until next time, happy podcasting.
Oh, you are still here. I'm honored. Thank you. If you're ready to take the next step, go grab the podcast playbook. It's free, AmplifyYou.com. Every step you need is there. And if we can help, don't be afraid to reach out. Happy podding.